Good evening, everyone. Uh, Introduction to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript I covered. Now, HTML, CSS, and JS. What is the full form of HTML? Hypertext Markup Language. What is the full form of CSS? Cascading Style Sheets. What is the full form of JavaScript? JS? JavaScript. Okay. What is the purpose of HTML? To create web pages. What is the purpose of CSS? To design web pages. What is the purpose of JavaScript? Validate HTML forms and adding dynamic behavior to web pages. Okay. What is web application? Distributed application which runs on browser and server. Distributed application which runs on browser and server. What is distributed application? Which is installed on one computer and runs on many computers. That is called distributed application. If the application distributed and if it is running in browser and server, we'll call it as web application. How many types of web application? Two types. What are those? Static application, dynamic application. Already prepared and placed, that is called static application. Whenever request comes, then prepared, that is called dynamic application. Static web application, is it common to all users or specific to user? Common to all user. Dynamic web application, specific to user. Static web application, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Browser. Dynamic web application, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Server only. Okay. Whenever request comes to static web application, what server will do? Sends a program to a browser. Whenever request comes to dynamic web application, what server will do? Executes a program, sends the output to a browser. Okay. Static web application can be developed with only HTML. Yes. Dynamic application? No. Either Java, .NET, Python, JavaScript required. Okay. These all you studied yesterday. Now, that yesterday one diagram I've shown. That diagram again I'll open. This diagram here. Here, is it common to all users or specific to user? This one, specific to user. Is it static or dynamic? This one, where it resides, where it runs, where it resides, where it runs. Whenever request comes to this program, what server will do? This program, it will send to a browser. Whenever request comes to this program, what server will do? Executes a program, sends the output to a browser. This one, can I develop with only HTML? Yes. This one? No. We require Java or .NET or Python or JavaScript. Anyone required. Okay. First you write this diagram. Write this diagram. One minute. Already 2 classes completed. Today is a 3rd class. Those who missed last 2 sessions, you can take these videos. See, those who missed last two sessions. You can take a snap. Offline students. Online student, it is available in chat box. You can copy from chat box. Offline student, those who missed, you can take snap. It is day 1. I taught what is the purpose of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Yesterday, I explained, shown static web application, dynamic web application. Today, third class. Those who missed, you can take a snap. This is day 1 video. It is day 2 video. Today, third class. Today, third class. Now, online students, you can copy from chat box. Now, write this diagram. Write the diagram. Write this diagram. It is a static web page. It's a dynamic web page. Static web page, dynamic web page. Day 1, I taught purpose of HTML, purpose of JavaScript, purpose of CSS. Day 2, I taught static web application, dynamic web application concepts. Today, I'm going to explain client, server, database, these all I'll explain. Just write it as it is, this diagram. Two types of web applications, static, dynamic. In this diagram, static is there, dynamic is there. Is it over? It is static web page. It is dynamic web page. It is static web page. It is dynamic web page. Is it completed? See, static web application or static web page, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Browser. Dynamic web application, where it resides? Server. Where it runs? Server. Whenever request comes to static web application, what server will do? Sends a program to a browser. Whenever request comes to dynamic web application, what server will do? Executes a program and sends a output to a browser. Okay. Say here, what is client, what is server, what is database? These all I have to explain. Say client and servers means many people what they'll think is client is one computer, server is one more computer. They'll think that is wrong. Okay. Say client and servers are softwares. In this computer only client installed, server installed. In real time, client may be in one computer, server may be in another computer. Like that, they'll place server software like that. Say, for example, in your college or in our institute lab, hundreds of computers will be there. Hundreds of computers will be there in one room. One separate room will be there. One more computer there in that room will be there. They'll put it on sticker, server room. Seeing that, what the student will think? That computer is server, these computers are clients. Like that, they'll think. Okay. But actually, client server are softwares, not computers. Now, client server programs, all I am teaching with one system only. In this system only client is there, in this system only server is there, in this system only database is there. But in real time, client software in one computer, server software in one. Like that will be there in real time. But here, with one computer only, I'm showing client server communications all. That means in this computer only client is there, server is there, database is there. Then this computer is client or server? Both no? Client also, server also. Like that. That is the reason what exactly client, what exactly server, what exactly database also you should know. Okay. Every point important only. Every point important only. Now, note on client. What is client? I'll explain. Note on. A client is a software. A client is a software that sends a request to a server to get the response. A client is a software that sends a request to a server to get the response. A client is a software that sends a request to a server to get the response. A client is a software that sends a request to a server to get the response. Any software that is sending request to get the response, then that software is called client. Any software sending request to get the response, then that software is called a client. Suppose you'll write one Java program or .NET program or Python program, you'll write. That program is sending request to get the response. Then that program also called client. That program also you can call it a client. Any software sending request to get the response, then that software is called client. That is installed in one computer. Then that computer is called client. Like that you can call. But actually client is not a computer. Client is a software. Suppose what I'll do, you observe. I'll open browser. I'll open browser. What is browser also I have to teach, not completed. Okay, every day you are using browser. Every day you are using browser. But what is browser means? No answer. I know about that. Now, here it is on browser. This browser, from this browser, here I am sending request. See, I am sending request to get Google homepage. So this software, browser is one software. This browser sending request to get the response. Then browser is called client. Browser is a client. So my browser sending request to Google server to get a Google homepage. So we got a homepage. That is response from Google server. But client is in Hyderabad, server in US. Possible. Communication possible. Client can be anywhere in the world. Server can be anywhere in the world. Communication possible with internet. What is internet? Again, network of network. What is network? Everything I'll cover. Step by step I'll cover. But within a one day only, all not possible to learn. Yesterday you got a clarity now about static dynamic. If I show any web page, can you give answer or not? Like that only, you'll learn everything today. Client, server, database, these all you'll learn today. Okay. Other things, browser, server, in a browser, types of browser, servers, types of browser, I'll explain tomorrow class, day after tomorrow class, further classes. Okay. Now, here, browser, through browser, I send request to Google server to get Google homepage. We got a homepage. So this browser is called client. So any software that is sending request to get the response, that software is called client. Okay. Next, server. Next heading, server. A server is a software that receives request from the client, comma, process the request, comma, constructs a response, and sends a response back to a client. A server is a software that receives requests from the client, comma, process the request, comma, constructs the response and sends the response back to a client. A server is a software that receives requests from the client, comma, process the request, constructs the response and sends the response back to a client. Any software that is receiving request, processing request, constructing response, sending response back, that is called server. A server is a software that receives requests from the client, processes the request, constructs the response, sends the response back to a client. See, suppose you want to open Gmail box, inbox. You want to open Gmail inbox. What you will do? You'll type username, you'll type password. You'll type username, you'll type password. Username, password are called request parameters. Your username, password. It is password to server. You are typing from Hyderabad, Gmail server in US, but Hyderabad to US, data transferred. That data with request only transferred. That's what those parameters are called, request parameters. So you are sending request to open your mailbox, your open inbox. Now, username password received by server. Username password received. After receiving, in the entire database, given username password is there or not, it will check in the database. Given username password is there, those mails loaded into page that is transferred to browser. So receiving username password, receiving request, checking in database, processing request, constructing response, nothing but mails loaded. That is response. It will send the response back to a client. If hall ticket number comes, communicates with database, entire database it will check, given hall ticket number is there or not. That is called processing request. After that, result loaded. That is nothing but constructing response. That result it will send back to client. So any software that is receiving request, processing request, constructing response, sending response back, that is called server. Even if you write your program, that program is receiving request, that program is processing request, constructing response, sending response, that program also called server. That program also you can call it as server. Okay. So any software that is sending request to get the response, that software is called client. Any software that is receiving request, processing request, constructing response, sending response back, that is called server. Is it clear? Now, in this computer, Google Chrome browser installed, Microsoft Edge browser installed, Mozilla Firefox installed, 3-4 browsers installed, but 3-4 clients are there. In a one computer, 10 clients we can be installed, 10 servers can be installed. Possible. In a one computer, 10 clients can be installed. One computer, 10 servers can be installed. In a one computer, 10 databases can be installed. Possible. Same. In internet, it is on server. In this server, Google application deployed. Google is a very big product. It is not a small project. Very big product. Okay. Google people, what they are doing to maintain google.com website, they are maintaining one separate server software. That server name also Google. Suppose NareshIT.com is there. NareshIT.com is a website, but NareshIT server is not there. Okay. So what we did, we deployed that application in another software, another server. So in a one server, thousands of websites can be deployed. Thousands of websites can be deployed. Possible. But one website in a one server also possible. And thousands of websites in a one server also possible. NareshIT.com is very small website. To maintain NareshIT.com purpose, one server is not required. Memory wasted, many money wasted, time wasted, everything is wasted to maintain those all. That's what we did. We placed it in one real-time server. We copied. To copy, you need to pay money. Like if it is Java web hosting server, .NET web hosting servers are there. Those servers, if you copy, yearly you have to pay. Every year you have to pay. But nowadays, cloud servers came. You know very well, AWS, Amazon Web Services, Azure, Google Cloud, Alibaba. These are cloud servers. The server name is Alibaba. Okay. See, Google Cloud, Alibaba, Azure, AWS, these are cloud servers. Cloud servers, huge amount of data can be maintained. Cloud servers, second-based billing will be there. Now trend is changed. Previously, if you want to maintain your website 1 month also, you need to pay for 1 year. But nowadays, if you want to maintain only 1 month, for 1 month only you can pay. That is cloud server. Second-based billing is there. Whenever you deploy it, that day onwards, that time onwards, up to how many days you used, it is calculated with seconds. That much amount only you have to pay. But previously it was different. If you want to use 1 day also, you have to pay for 1 year. 1 year compulsory. Like that was there. But now trend is changed. According to trend, new servers came. And also, long back, what is happened is, suppose you will develop your own website, you will place in server. You will expect per minute 1,000 requests comes. You will expect. According to that software, hardware, they'll maintain. If requests are increased, you need to increase software, you need to increase hardware. If you don't increase, server crashed. That type of problems was there. Nowadays, that problem is not coming, you observe. That problem is not coming. Reason, cloud. Now, cloud, what will happen? Depends upon requests automatically increased, automatically decreased. That mechanism already developed. That is cloud server. That's what everyone moved to cloud servers nowadays. Okay. Previously, web hosting server they used. Java web hosting server, .NET web hosting server, Python web hosting server. That type servers were there. But nowadays, trend is changed. All people moving to cloud. Cloud, huge amount of data can be maintained. And even n number of requests it can handle. Crores of people requests also it can handle. Server will never crash. That type of hardware, that type of software they are maintaining. So, here, server means your program also on server. That program, if you copy in a cloud server, web hosting servers also, those also servers. But that server, our program, what's the difference? Your program works like a server. For your program, some other services provided by one more software. That software also server. Your program distributed over the world. How? For that also some programs required. That programs are ready-made programs are there in server software. Tomcat server, iPlanet server, Pramati server, WebLogic server, WebSphere server, IAS server. You'll study Java class, .NET class, Python classes at that time. Okay. Java people, they learn in advanced Java class. .NET people, they learn in ASP.NET class. Python people, they learn in Django class. At that time, you'll study. Okay. At that time, you are going to study about servers very depth. But here, present not required for this program. Just what exactly server enough. See, any software that is sending requests to get the response, that software is called client. Any software that is receiving request, processing request, constructing response, sending response back, that is called server. Client and server, is it clear? Now, in the diagram, one more is database. Node. Database. A database is a software and it is an organized collection of data. A database is a software and it is an organized collection of data. A database is a software and it is an organized collection of data. A database is a software and it is an organized collection of data. See, database also one software. Database also one software. What this software will do? It contains data. The data organized. Organized data will be there. See, database also one software. This software contains data. The data also well organized data. Now I'll explain. Note on next point. Data organized in a database in the form of tables. Data organized in a database in the form of tables. A table contains fields and records. Data organized in a database in the form of tables. A table contains fields and records. A table contains fields and records. A database is a software and it is an organized collection of data. Data organized in a database in the form of tables. A table contains fields and records. See, database also one software. What this software contains is data. The data well organized. Organized data will be there. How it is organized? In the form of tables. What table contains? Fields and records. Here, in this diagram, first of all, you see, this is called database. But why we are writing diagram, database diagram always like this? Is it a container type is a container type. Reason, it can store large amount of data, huge amount of data can be maintained. Huge amount of data can be maintained. Terabytes, not only terabytes, petabytes, zettabytes data maintained. Say, for example, Facebook. Facebook people, they are maintaining one database to maintain your data. What students are doing, what people are doing in your home PC, whatever data is there, emails, audios, videos, all you are uploading in Facebook, no? One person, 1 GB also uploading. It's happening in Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, these all data. What people are doing, whatever is there in your home PC, your photos, videos, audios, all you are uploading into Facebook server. Facebook server, they'll maintain one database. In that database, data stored. But how much data will be there in Facebook server? Facebook server database. See, one person, 1 GB also uploading. But how many people are using Facebook? 200 plus crores. 200 plus crores of people using Facebook. Then how much data will be there? Whatever is available in the market, 1 terabyte hard disk, 2 terabyte hard disk, 10 terabyte hard disk, only our institute students also not possible. Not enough. Okay. Whatever is the hard disk is available in the market, no, that hard disk only for our institute students also not enough. Okay. But how much they are maintaining, you observe? That type of hard disk not available in the market. If you want to maintain that type of hard disk, first you need to give a order to manufacture company. Then they'll manufacture that type. Okay. See, you take any real time, any application, how much data is there? Example, Gmail server. How much data is there? In your mailbox, 5-10 years back, mail also is there. No one is deleting also. In your mailbox, 5-10 years back, mail also still it is there. Then how much data will be there in Gmail? How much data will be there in Facebook? YouTube. How many videos are there? How much data will be there, you observe? Like WhatsApp. You observe WhatsApp server database. How much data will be there? Morning to night, how many messages coming? For one person only hundreds of messages coming. Good morning, good afternoon, good night also. Sometimes because of these messages, sometimes important message also missed. It's happening. Okay. Like that, internet usage day by day increasing. But your data, 1 year back data also you open, you can see that is there in the database permanently. So that's what database diagram always will write like a container. Huge amount of data can be maintained. Huge amount of data can be maintained in database. That data, how it is organized like a table. Say results table. That type of tables, thousands of tables will be there. And because that is predefined software, whenever you store the data, it is organized automatically. That is one software. If you place the data, data automatically organized in the form of tables. The table contains fields and records. This part is called fields. This part is called fields. Already you written diagram, no? In the diagram only write like this. This data is called records. Fields, records. So database contains data, the data well organized in the form of tables. Table contains fields and records. These are called fields. These are called records. Hundreds of fields will be there. Thousands of records will be there in a one database. Okay. In a one database, some thousands of tables can be maintained, can be stored. Okay. Just assume there is no database software. Assume there is no database software. Then what will happen? Every hall ticket number one page required. Every hall ticket number one separate page. Suppose 1 lakh students are there in a university. 1 lakh students are there. 1 lakh page required. But now what is happening? It is one page only. That is one page only, dynamic page. Whenever hall ticket number comes, communicates with database, it will bring the data. Because of database. If just assume there is no database, then every hall ticket number this page required, separate page. Because of database, there is only one page. Whenever hall ticket number comes, communicates with database, it will bring the data. That page dynamically prepared. That is template page, incomplete page. When hall ticket number comes, result loaded. Up to that, there is no data. Where is the data? In database. Whenever request comes, it will bring the data from database. So like that mechanism works. Okay. Here client is a software, server is a software, database is a software. Here even many people, they do not know about application, server, language. These also happening. I'll ask some questions, you observe. Okay, I'll ask some questions. Just give answer. I'll open just two, three softwares. I'll open. No. It's just a basic question only. It is, you observe, notepad. It is notepad, no? Is it application or database? Is it application or database? Application. Okay. All people application only. Now, online students, notepad is application or database? Application. I'll open command prompt. No, command prompt I'll open. Here, this command prompt, is it application or database? What is? Database, application. Multiple answers coming, you observe. Okay. Okay. How many people answer it is application? Okay. Online students. Okay. How many people answer database? Okay. You observe majority people not give an answer. So they are in dilemma whether application or database. Now, okay. One more I'll open. One more. It is SQL prompt. SQL prompt. Is it application or database? What is this? How many people answer database? Okay. Online students. How many people answer application? No one is there. Don't see majority. Majority will give wrong answer. That will be happen, no? No. Yesterday I was seen. Yesterday only I was seen. So don't see the majority. Whatever you know, think and give answer. Application, anybody is there? No one is there? 2 members. Okay, 2 members application. Online students? Online student, majority people, they won't give answer. That is a problem. Not only this one, now not only this type of question, I'll ask one question you observe. How many people are listening this class? Just raise your hand, online students. I'm not asking a subject. How many people are listening you observe? Total 253 members are there. How many people are listening you observe? How many people are listening? Just raise your hand. See, 150. Still 100 members, what they are doing, you observe. This is a problem with online. See, 150 reached, that's it. 253 members are there. Okay. Online response like that only. Leave it. See. Now, okay. I opened 3 softwares. First, I opened Notepad. Notepad I opened. What they given? Majority people, what they given? Application. I opened command prompt. Application, database, mixed content, mixed answers came. Okay. And majority people not given answer. SQL prompt. What they given? Majority people given database. Now, Notepad is a application, right? Command prompt also application. SQL prompt also application. Only 2 members given right answer. It is not a database. I'll show you. You observe. Connect. It will ask username. System. It will ask password. Manager. Connected. This application connected to database. It is not a database. Got in mind? That's what everything I'll cover. Listen. This is not a database. This is not a database. This application connected to database. See, one more question I'll ask. Everyone will give right answer. You observe. Database is front end or back end? See, all are giving back end only, no? Database is back end, right? But this is front end. Is it front end or back end? It is front end. You are interacting. Front end. This is connected to back end. Got your mind? This is not a database. Database we cannot see. You cannot see database. When you join in Oracle class, everyday faculty will open this software. That seeing that people are calling this is database. That is wrong. This is not a database. It is connected to database. Whenever we install database software, 2 parts installed. One part is called application. One more part is called database. Application you can see. Database you cannot see. Application communicates with database to get the data. Through this one you can communicate. Communication purpose, one user interface they given. That is application. What do you want? So I'll give you 100% clarity. First you note down. List of database softwares. List of database softwares. Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL Server, DB2, Derby. These are database softwares. Sybase, DBase, Fox Pro, Visual Fox Pro, MS Access. Like this, so many databases are there. Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL Server, DB2, Derby, Sybase, DBase, Fox Pro, Visual Fox Pro, MS Access, MongoDB, PostgreSQL, SQLite. So many databases are there in the market. Hundreds of databases are there. Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, DB2, Derby, DBase, Sybase, Fox Pro, Visual Fox Pro, MS Access, dash dash, etc. These all database softwares. Whenever we install every software, two parts will be there. That is also not done. Database software contains two parts. First one, database application. Example, SQL prompt. Second one, database. Example, Oracle. Whenever we install Oracle database software, two parts installed. Oracle installed, SQL prompt installed. But Oracle database you cannot see. SQL prompt you can see. That SQL prompt only connected to Oracle database. MS SQL Server, if you install, Studio will be installed. MS SQL Server Studio. That is connected to SQL Server database. MySQL, SQL Yog will be there. Like that, two parts will be there every database. Every database, two parts. Database software contains two parts. Database application and database. Database application is example SQL prompt. Database example Oracle. See, in this computer, Oracle software installed. Oracle software installed. Two parts installed. SQL prompt, Oracle. SQL prompt connected to Oracle. Connected to Oracle. Now, it's an application. Communicates with database. But communication purpose, one language required. That language is called SQL, Structured Query Language. If you join in Oracle class, faculty will teach everyday SQL. Okay? If you join in MS SQL Server, faculty will teach everyday SQL only. If you join in MySQL class, what faculty will teach? SQL only. Any database you enter and join in a class, everyday faculty will teach SQL. That is language. It's an application. It's a database. Application communicating with database by using SQL. I am communicating with you in English. That is language. Here, application communicating with database by using SQL. Okay. Now, note on. Application communicates with the database by using SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Structured Query Language. Online students, listen the class, write the notes, end of the session I'll clarify your doubts. Online students, listen the class, write the notes, end of the session I'll clarify your doubts. Application communicates with database by using SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. All databases can understand only one language, that is SQL. Database cannot understand HTML. Database cannot understand CSS. Database cannot understand JavaScript. It cannot understand Java, .NET, Python, these all. Database can understand only one language, that is SQL. It doesn't know other language. SQL compulsory. Okay. So, in this program, here application communicating with database, no? What we use? SQL. That's what, if you want to develop any project, one database software knowledge is also required, compulsory. Otherwise, not possible. If you want to build any project, database software mandatory. Okay. Now, say application communicates with database by using SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Now, application is a front end or back end? What is it? Front end. Database is back end. Application front end. Database back end. These two communicating by using one language. That language is called SQL. Now you observe. It is SQL prompt. Is it application or database? It is connected to database. Now I'll use one SQL query. These all you will learn in Oracle class, in MS SQL Server class. Here I'll write select a star from student. Student data comes. But where is this data? In database. Through my application, I send request. We got a response. This data present in database, but this is application. Through application, I send request. We got a data. Like this, in this diagram, in this program, this query, this type of query, SQL query, in this program will write, it will bring the data. Now, here what we'll do, select a star from results, where hall ticket number equal to one hall ticket number. That particular hall ticket number data comes. That communication purpose one language, that is SQL. Now, is it application or database? What is this? Application. It is connected to database. This application and database communicating by using which language? SQL. This application is front end or back end? Database is. Now, one more question I'll ask. Give me answer. Whatever I taught from that only. Is it? It is application. It is a front end. Can I call client? Can I call client? Yes, I'm sending request to get the response. It is called client. Database, can I call server? Yes. Write that point. Application can be called as client also. And database can be called as server also. Here, application is a front end and database is a back end. Here, application is a front end and database is a back end. Application is a front end and database is a back end. Your application is a front end and database is a back end. So through application, I'm sending requests to get the response. That's what application is called client. Database, receiving request, processing request, constructing response, sending response back. That's the reason that is called server. Okay. Application called as front end, database is called back end. See here. Suppose this is SQL prompt. Now, here Oracle database. Here data will be there. In application, data will not be there. Example, Oracle database. Okay. SQL Server is a application. Oracle database is a database. From SQL Server prompt request coming. That request is called SQL request. And from database response comes, no, that response is called SQL response. Write this one. SQL request, SQL response. It is a database application. It is a database. It is a front end. It is a back end. It is a client. It is a server. SQL is a language. So SQL prompt is a application connected to Oracle database. Communication with SQL. Application is called front end, database is called back end. Application is called client, database is called server. Okay. Now, I'll ask some questions, give me answer. Whenever we install database software, how many parts installed? 2 parts. What are those? Database application, database. Database application example, SQL prompt. Database example, Oracle. This application communicating with database by using which language? SQL. SQL full form? Structured query language. Application is front end or back end? Database is? Application can I call client? Database can I call server? You can call no? No. Database softwares. Many softwares list are given. Give some examples. Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, DB2, Derby, so many are there. Now my question, carefully listen. Oracle is an application or database or language? What is that? Database. MySQL is a language or database or application? What is this? Database. Don't get confused. SQL is a language. MySQL is a, they given name like that only. With that also people are getting confusion. MySQL database also can understand SQL. If you join in MySQL class also, faculty will teach SQL only. Okay. In all classes, what faculty will teach? SQL only. Oracle is a database. It can understand SQL. MySQL is a database. It can understand. SQL Server is a database. It can understand. All databases can understand SQL. Okay. Now, Oracle is an application or database or language? Database. SQL prompt is application or language or database? Application. SQL is a language or application or database? Language. MySQL. What is that? Database. SQL Server. Database. Okay. SQL is a. MySQL is a. Your SQL, our SQL not there. MySQL only is. Okay. See, they given name like that only. MySQL is a database. It can understand SQL. If you join in MySQL class, also faculty will teach SQL. If you join in SQL Server class, also faculty will teach SQL. There are many databases. Generally, Java people, they'll prefer Oracle. .NET people, they'll prefer SQL Server. Python people, they'll prefer Oracle, MySQL, like that. And like this, different companies, different database they are using. But all databases, no need to learn. One only learn. Enough. If you learn 4 or 5 database also, after joining the company, one more they'll give. Then again you have to learn. Okay? That will be happen. That's what. One database knowledge is enough. SQL queries will be same. According to data type, according to database, different data types will be there, different functions will be there, different procedures will be there. But almost language style is same will be there. That's what. You are a Java student means better to go for Oracle. If you are .NET student means better to go for SQL Server. If you are a Python student, better to choose Oracle or MySQL. Like that. Okay. But Java people definitely go for Oracle only. Java people highest priority they'll give for Oracle only. Because Java developed by Sun Microsystem. Now purchased by Oracle people only. Oracle people only they are maintaining. They'll prefer Oracle database only. .NET people, .NET from Microsoft company. This is also Microsoft, MS, Microsoft. That is the reason .NET people better to go for SQL Server only. Okay. If you are a Java student, learn Oracle. If you are .NET student, learn SQL Server. If you are a Python student, anyone you can choose, Oracle or MySQL. Okay. If you are learning UI full stack web development, those people better to go for MongoDB. MongoDB one database is there. Given in the, I didn't give list. MongoDB also is there. That is. Now, whatever I taught, I'll ask some questions, respond. What is client? Client is a server that sends a request to server to get the response. What is server? Receives the request, process the request, constructs the response, sends the response back to a client. What is database? Organized collection of data. How the data organized? In the form of tables. What table contains? Fields and records. Fields and records. Okay. PLSQL is there, no? SQL, if you write in a procedure, that is called PLSQL. SQL, you'll write inside the procedure. That is called PLSQL. SQL, you'll write inside the procedure, inside the functions. That is called PLSQL. See, here, this program runs in browser or server. Browser. Browser is a client or server? Client. This program runs in server. So this is called client to program. This is called server program. Client. First one is client to program. Second one is server program. Client to program, server program, both deployed in server only in real time. But client to program runs in client only. Server programs runs in server only. But all will be placed in server only. Client to program in client means worldwide how many computers are there? Every computer you have to place for Google homepage. That's the reason that is also in server only. Okay. Now you observe client can be anywhere in the world. Server can be anywhere in the world. Communication possible if you have internet connection. Okay. Now, client and server connected with internet, nothing but ISP server, internet service provider servers. If you want to access Google, is it connection required from Google? No, you have to take connection from ISP server, whoever will provide internet service provider server, Airtel, Actnet, Beam Cable, Tata Nova, Satyam, CFI, these all so many are there, no? Those servers, ISP servers, they are providing internet service. That server is called ISP server. From there, you have to take the connection. But Google already connected to ISP. Google already connected, Gmail already connected, Yahoo already connected, YouTube already connected, those are already connected. Your computer connect to ISP, then world you can access. No need to take connection from Google, Facebook, these all. Okay, like this connected. From this, what you will do, you will use everyday browser only. Now you'll open browser. You'll open browser. From browser, you'll send one request. Then from server, static page is there. The program comes, received, executed, output comes. That program is running in your browser, no? That is called client program. If it is running in server, no? That is called server program. Client to program, can I develop with only HTML? Yes. Server program, can I develop with HTML? No. Client, first HTML compulsory. If you want to design more attractive, CSS. If you want to validate, JavaScript. Server program, if you want to connect to a data, server will connect to a server program connected to database, no? With HTML, not possible. CSS, not possible. JavaScript, possible. But here, Java, possible. .NET, possible. Python, possible. JavaScript, possible. Here, already full stack Java student. You have to learn these three. You have to learn this one. Okay. If you are a .NET student, these three and .NET. If you are full stack Python student, these three and Python. If you are full stack UI web development, mean stack, Merin stack students, they have to learn these three and JavaScript. This JavaScript is called server-side JavaScript. Node.js, Express.js. Now, this batch is HTML, CSS, JavaScript. This is your learning. These all you are not learning in this class. Okay? That part you are learning in this batch. Client side only you are learning. Suppose, if you learn these three, you can search for front-end developer jobs. If you learn these three as well as this one, or this one, or this one, or this one, you can search for back-end developer jobs. If you learn both, you can search for full stack web developer. That is full stack. Only front. Wait. Advanced Java. You wait. See, only client side part, client side, front end web developer. Only server side, back end web developer. If you learn both, full stack. That is full stack. So here, if you are full stack Java student also, full stack .NET student also, full stack Python student also, full stack UI development also, compulsory this is you have to learn. That is this batch. Okay. Server side programs, Java students in Java class, .NET student in .NET class, Python student in Python class. This is UI full stack web development class. So this JavaScript no need to learn if you are Java student. Here one only select, one only. Already joined for Java. No need to learn .NET, no need to learn Python, no need to learn JavaScript. This JavaScript compulsory. This JavaScript different. JavaScript two sides is there, you observe. Two sides is JavaScript. Client side JavaScript, you learn here. Server side JavaScript, no need to learn. Server side, one only select. One only. Either Java or .NET or Python or JavaScript. That JavaScript nothing but Express.js, Node.js. These two separate batches. Express.js, Node.js. This JavaScript I am not going to teach. This JavaScript I am going to teach. JavaScript both side is there. This is also people are getting confusion. See, SQL, MySQL, people are getting confusion. No, I given clarity. MySQL is a database. SQL is a language. Clear? No? Here also. JavaScript also people are getting confusion. JavaScript, it is not a part of Java. It is one full-fledged programming language. Client side also we can use. Server side also we can use. But if you are full stack UI web development student, then only learn Express.js, Node.js. Other people no need to learn. If you learn all also, if you include in your resume, that resume they'll throw in dustbin only. Okay? Because seeing that all, what they'll think, this person is not perfect in one subject also they'll think. That will be happen. Either learn Java or learn .NET or learn Python or learn Node.js, Express.js. But don't learn all. But client side, compulsory. All people should learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Is it clear? Tomorrow, I'll start HTML. Okay? Be regular, every class important. Online students, wait 2 minutes, I'll clarify your doubts. Online students, 1 minute. Ganesh, application also software. So application developed by using language, that application also called software. Anusha, Angular JS comes under client side. It is framework. Ready-made programs will be there. After JavaScript, you have to learn. Ramanadeep, Oracle you cannot see. Oracle is a database. SQL prompt you can see. Sham, YouTube link already given in a chat box is there. You can copy. Divya, I'll provide running notes. Running notes daily you can write, and even notes I'll share in PDF format. Prepared files are there. I'll share. That is Google Classroom or Google Drive. You need to wait 4-5 days. RK Sahil, full stack Java, full stack .NET, full stack Python, full stack UI web development. All are booming in the market. You can select whichever you want. Rajesh, yeah, you can. Giri, yes. Select star from table is a, that is request, client request. Yeah, that server side program also you can call. Vaishnavi, they may give. Giri, yes, right. Static program runs in browser. Chandana, duration 2 months. Divakar, client in a SQL management studio, you will write SQL queries to send SQL Server. But .NET, what will happen? Server side programs will write. Server side program to distribute over the world. For that, you use ASP. For that, you will use language C#. So here, client, server, database, these middleware programs, this type of program, and actually backend program or middleware program will call. That type of program you can build with .NET. Giri, database only can call it a container. Hardware, software difference also you are asking. Software, Windows operating system software running under hardware. Without hardware, can you run Windows? Shaker, yeah, you can come to offline also. Giri, cloud server, they'll maintain database also. Cloud is a server, they'll maintain database also. Every server database connectivity will be there. Geeta, full stack web developer means full stack Java course is different. UI full stack web development is different. Two different courses. UI full stack web development, nothing but mean stack, Merge stack subjects will be there. Java will not be there. Full stack Java means Java will be there. Madhuri, if you learn full stack, you can search for front-end developer jobs, back-end developer job, full stack Java developer jobs. Opportunity will become double. Sham, today's link, tomorrow you'll get it. Shaker, jQuery will not be covered because nowadays all are using React JS framework they are using. Kumar, yeah, notes in PDF format I'll share. You need to wait. Mahidhar, yeah, database connect server program connected to database. That is advanced Java program, .NET program, Python program. Ramanadeep, you can call it as Oracle also server. Giri, to learn server side JavaScript also client side JavaScript required. RK Sahil, all are booming. If you want to put efforts, if you want to work hard, go for Java. Soumya, full stack Python course, just contact admin. Otherwise, check website. Sohel, SQL is a language, MySQL is a database. Didipya, full stack Python duration, you ask Python faculty. Because different faculties, different duration they'll take. RK Sahil, client today program, today maximum explained about client and server only, no? Kanaka, you can get data from SQL Server also, MySQL also, Oracle also. Those are different databases. Geeta, full stack web developer, full stack Java developer, you will call it as, then Java core Java, advanced Java required. Full stack UI web development is different course. Full stack Java developer you call better. For that Java required. Nikhil, okay. Kalyani, yeah, after 15 days also you can come to offline, they'll allow. Karthik, Oracle is also server, database server. Giri, I'm not teaching server side JavaScript. That is nothing but Node.js, Express.js. Client side JavaScript I'm teaching. Other faculty will teach. Myself, full stack Java faculty. I'm full stack Java faculty. Complete Java I can teach. Rahman, for full stack Java student, full stack .NET student, full stack Python student, HTML, CSS, JavaScript free. In that only included. It's actually not free, that included already in that content. So already you paid for full stack means no need to pay for separate fee. We'll see continuation tomorrow.